Hello there, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful work week. Well, let's see. It's been about 10 minutes since we talked about first-party data and how Google is going to be deprecating the third-party cookie and nobody being prepared for it. So, yeah, let's talk about it again, shall we? The IAB, that's the Internet Advertising Bureau for those of you playing this game at home, has just issued their 2024 State of Data report. And, well, apparently, according to their research, all of us marketers at brands, agencies, and publishers, we all know the ad tech data apocalypse is coming. We just don't seem to be all that rushed about doing anything about it. 94% of everybody they surveyed this year said that they expect Google will eventually get rid of the third-party cookie. But yeah, despite Google saying, we've already started and get ready because the rest is coming in the back half of 2024, only about 40% of those same marketers expect that they're actually going to come through with that promise. It's like that scene from the movie Don't Look Up where Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence are trying to convince the President of the United States, played by Meryl Streep, that there's a 100% chance that a comet is going to hit the Earth. DiCaprio's character says, well, it's 99.78% to be exact, to which Meryl Streep goes, oh, well, let's just call it 70% and move on. And then follows that up with, let's sit tight and assess. Sit tight and assess. That's what marketers seem to be doing right now, sitting tight and assessing. So what should we do about it? I mean, is the third-party cookie, pending privacy legislation, and the inability to get first-party data a comet that's going to take out the world of digital ad tech? You want to know a little more on our take on all this? Well, it's a few minutes of what's new in marketing that might help you lead your business's strategy. Let's do a little more than sit tight and assess, and yeah, let's roll. Hello, everybody. Robert Rose here with What's New in Marketing. It is what's new in marketing, but most importantly, it's something important in marketing that we think may help you be better. And if we can help you be better with your team, with custom training, consultation, ongoing implementation of your content marketing approach, do get over to contentmarketinginstitute.com and fill out that form. We'd love to have a chat with you. Well, no one can say that we haven't been talking about the importance for marketing teams to get crisp on their first-party data and targeting strategy. We've been talking about it ad nauseum. I mean, it feels like every few weeks we offer up a reminder that indeed, whether it's burgeoning privacy regulations like those, by the way, that have gone quietly underreported, there's new legislation in New Jersey, new legislation in New Hampshire, new legislation that may pass in Maine, which, by the way, might be some of the most stringent in the country, or whether it's Google continuously offering up new updates on how it's already started to remove the third-party cookie, and even Microsoft Edge, the browser that nobody uses, well, they're starting to crack down too. But interestingly, according to a new report from the IAB, marketers are mostly thinking, it's not going to happen in 2024. Now, it's not that marketers don't think it's going to happen at all. 94% expect Google Chrome to deprecate the third-party cookie at some point, but only 42% believe that it's going to happen this year. And if you haven't been eager to jump into the Google Privacy Sandbox and test out stuff, well, you're not alone. 80% of marketers have heard of it apparently, but less than 60% are using or even planning on using it this year. So what gives? Why aren't brands, agencies, and publishers doing more to actually, deal with the inevitability of not being able to track advertising or other content across websites and platforms like they used to? Well, the IAB report suggests, although it doesn't really spell out, you got to sort of read between the lines, a few things. The first thing I'd point to is that marketers are still wrapped around the axle of assuming that first-party data only applies when we're talking about contact information or the device or the content consumed. Of the first-party data being collected in 2024, the IAB found that consumer interests and preferences, that ranked dead last in terms of the data that's being collected. And interests and preferences, that's kind of the most important thing we need right now. I mean, as I've said before, give me the choice to understand when I first meet a visitor to my website whether I'd rather know their intent and their desire, the job to be done, or their name and their email address. I'll choose intent and desire every single time. It tells me more. The second thing I'd point out, as the IAB also illustrates in its research, is the lack of measurement capabilities in marketing generally. According to the report, 76% of brands and agencies are starting to invest or planning to invest in new forms of multi-touch attribution systems due to the things like privacy legislation or what they call signal loss from third-party cookies. Now that tells me if they're just starting to invest or planning to invest, well, they don't have it yet. They don't have the measuring tools to understand. What first-party audience data helps us understand is impact. Did our content have impact? The impact that we desired on audiences. And here's the thing. Google Analytics, most marketing automation tools, most analytics tools, what do they measure? They measure consumption. And so while many marketers can tell you with fantastic detail which and how much of their content is consumed, they cannot discern which, if any of it, had attribution or good impact on that customer to do the next thing they wanted them to do. According to the research, the main action here are that marketers are revisiting their tech stacks to look at this evolution. The top 4 platforms being mentioned here are website analytics tools. That's just scary. Customer data platforms, known as CDPs, which I'm a huge fan of, but seem to be the sexiest tool that nobody is deploying. And then data management and tag management tools. And it feels very much like companies are grasping here, looking for something, anything that can help them evolve, but that won't require them to upend their existing content and marketing operations. In the key insights piece of the report, it says that half to nearly 8 out of 10 companies are training staff on data privacy and creating teams dedicated to business transformation and tapping external expertise. That's a positive sign, to be sure. The key will be, hopefully, there's a bit of urgency to it. From our perspective, it's definitely a big lift. There's no denying that. Connecting your owned media properties from your website to your email newsletters to your blog to your physical and digital events into one first-party data-rich source of insights into preferences, intent, impact, and success of all your digital content is not a project for the faint of heart. It takes time, it takes persistence, and a whole lot of patience. But I can tell you this, if you get it right, it's worth every bit of sweat and actual equity you put into it. But most importantly, it's like that comet from the Oort cloud that Leonardo DiCaprio talked about in the movie. Don't look up. More efficiency, loss of data signals, more complexity in terms of reaching individuals in different countries or even states is coming. It is coming. There is a 100% chance it is coming. It's not a maybe it's coming. It's already here. It's coming. Getting good at this is what marketing and content teams need to prioritize in the coming months and quarters. It's really nice and a little refreshing, to be honest, to see the IAB position this report by saying privacy by design is vital, not just for compliance, but as a strategic imperative to do what is in consumers' best interest to reinforce our responsibility as industry leaders. That's kind of a new take for them, the IAB, and I couldn't agree more. It's also, just good marketing. And that's a few minutes of what's new in marketing, and if we can help you think through some of these issues, reach out, won't you? We can help. In the meantime, remember, it's your story to tell. Make sure you understand all the ways your audience prefers it, and then you can't help but tell it well. I'll see you next week.